Alright guys, thought I'd give you a bit of an update because as you can see I've made some pretty huge changes to the table. Stood in here the other night musing over the second tier, is it? Yeah, and decided pretty much that there's just nowhere near enough room. Now apart from this piece of terrain that I'm building, obviously I want it to look glorious and fantastic and all that, but it's got to be playable. There's no way I'm going to all this effort just to have a pretty looking piece of scenery on the table, so we've got to plan it properly. And one of the major issues I had was this area here, and basically I could just about get my hand in like that to place minis. It was just way too tight, so I've moved the whole of the gatehouse forward now. You can see that white plastic card there, pretty much the section that I've had to extend the floor. And as you can see, there's a tile width difference there between the tower and the butting up against the front. So, but in turn, excellent, loads of room now. I could trundle a Land Raider down there if I felt the need. So yeah, that's much better now. So the second and third tier are shaping up okay. That's just a very much work in progress defence laser that I'm working on. I put a Storm Raven on the landing pad just to give the whole thing some scale. I'll move back in a minute and show you. Obviously I had to rip off everything from the front of here, because if you remember you didn't have these two extension bits on the front. If you can't remember, just check the previous vid. So I had to rip it all off, get some more foam board and cut it and do the usual business. This tower I did manage to get it off, so what I've done, I've taken the level off it. Because I like that tower there, so essentially that will be there. Just shake it cam guys. It will be level with the other tiles obviously, and then you'll see a gap, but in that gap area there I intend to fill it with the natural cork bark, which looks like excellent rocks. They're just placed there at the moment, these aren't glued or anything. It's just to give you an idea of what I've got planned. I know that these two areas are very angular, but once I actually do work on the rock face, I will make it look natural. You won't see angles like that. It'll be a blend of rocks, and the rocks will be splitting out over to the top surface here as well, so it looks like they've the Mechanicus has levelled out an area in the rock, hopefully. This as you can see is a good example of what I do. You have the foam, hard foam board sort of stuff there, insulation board I think it is. Then I give it a sheet of plastic card, gives me a nice flat surface to work with the tiles. I've been using some of the dollhouse paper. Whoops, come on camera. It's having a fit, there we go. Which is the brick effect, which you've seen here earlier in earlier vids. I just cut the tiles around it so it looks pretty cool. And then of course the card tiles that I've been sticking on tonight, and obviously a lot more, but I went out of my grey primer, so it's good for you to see it like that anyway. You can imagine the scale of things so far. I've done a lot of this side as well. They're going to have the rocks and so forth as before, but also you can see I've cut the centre section out of an Aegis defence line. I plan to incorporate that into sort of like a not a balcony, a barrier for want of a better word, going across the level of the top of the rocks, because I'm seriously considering having Earthshaker cannons there. I think it would look pretty good as like a major gun emplacement. This side I'm undecided on, but what I love is space to fill, so it might well end up with a building there, or the other side, I'm not sure yet. But I'm having to stand right back now to get all this in shot guys, but there you go. That's what it looks like so far. So don't forget to comment, rate and subscribe guys, and you'll see a lot more in the future. Cheers.